Hello, and welcome back to Clarity Convos for Wedding Pros podcast. I'm your host, Aislinn. I am so excited for you guys to tune into today's podcast episode. If we've never met before, my name is Aislinn. I'm an intuitive business coach, but before I was an intuitive business coach, I was a luxury wedding photographer for 13 years. So I have a lot of industry experience in the wedding industry, and I'm so excited to help women in the wedding industry really create more ease and flow in their business so it feels really, really good. And so some of the ways that we do that is we talk about things like limiting beliefs. We talk about things like self-sabotage. We talk about things like energy, and we talk about things about mindset, and we talk about strategy. There's so many different ways that we can really create businesses that feel really, really good. And that's why I love being an intuitive business coach. So today's episode, we are going to be talking about who are you being in the silence? And I'm really excited about this topic because this can be such a game changer for anyone, whether you're in the wedding industry, whether you have a coaching business, whether you have both, doesn't really matter. This is going to help you a lot when you are not booking people or when you're launching something and it's really, really silent. This podcast episode is going to help you navigate those times. So let's start here. If you haven't booked somebody in a while, you might have this story coming up for you. So this story could look like a lot of different things, but it might look like my prices are too high, or it might look like, well, everyone's in a booking dry spell, so this is just normal. Or it might look like, well, we just entered Aries moon and this is just not the right time for clients. They're just going to come around during Pisces season, Here's what I want you to hear. Whether any of those stories resonated with you or you have your own story, if you let any of those stories keep you from doing the needle moving activities in your business, then you are letting self-sabotage get you. And it robs the world of the gift of your creativity and your talent. So I want you to just kind of sink into this a little bit and ask yourself, who are you being in between clients booking you? What does that look like? In between, a dream client books you, and then you go like 3 or 4 months or 6 months or 7 months, and then another client books you. Who are you being in that time in between those clients booking you? Are you showing up powerfully during that time? Are you creating during that time? Are you networking and telling people how beautiful your business is and what you're creating in your business? Or are you spending that time talking about dry spells? Are you spending that time talking about how the industry has just gone to crap since COVID, whatever it is? Are you spending that time like complaining about the clients that you have had and how stressful they are? What are you doing in between the clients booking you? How are you showing up during that time? So the next question I really want you guys to lean into is, are you trying to create problems during the silence? So during the silence, are you like, oh my God, nobody's booked me in 3 months. I need to do a full rebrand and I got to pay someone $15,000 to do that. And if you just felt called out, I'm calling you out. Are you actually creating solutions in your business, or are you creating more problems for yourself in your business because you're uncomfortable in the silence? Because you're making the silence mean something about you when it means nothing. You have to trust your timeline and you have to trust your client's timeline. Of course, there's strategy pieces that we can talk about here with like how you're showing up in different rooms and how you are networking and how you are talking to past clients. Like, of course, there's strategy pieces, but also who are you being in between the clients booking you? Are you trusting that you are building something for the long haul? Or are you just doing this for the instant gratification of somebody saying yes and paying you X amount of money? So if you were to add a coaching stream to your wedding business, I want you to ask yourself, would I be able to sit with myself in between clients booking me? Or if you decide to launch a course, are you going to be able to sit with yourself during pre-sale if nobody buys? Or are you going to pull the plug and panic? This right here is the work. This right here is the hard stuff we have to ask ourselves. This right here is the stuff that is going to change the way you do business. It is going to help you scale. It's going to help you show up more powerfully for your clients. It's going to help you just live a more peaceful life because you are not making the silence mean something about you. Who do you want to be? And are you going to make that silence mean something about you? So I'll tell you a story about when I first launched my very first program. I was still shooting weddings at the time. I had many, many weddings at the time. It was a busy season. And during that time, I decided that I wanted to launch a coaching program. And so my very first program that I ever did was a one-on-one 90-day program. So that's 3 months. And it was really interesting because before I did this program, I was like, I want 5 clients because this is going to transform lives. And it did. It definitely did. It had worksheets, it had trainings, it had calls, we had a private Slack channel. There was so much value in this program that I had created, and it was so intentional how I had created it. Okay, so the first time I launched this, I had one person join. One beautiful, wonderful client that I absolutely adore joined. But I made it mean something about me in that moment that only one person had joined when I had said that I wanted 5 people to join. Imagine if I had stopped right then and there and been like, you know what? I got to lower my prices. Or, you know what? I need to just not try this coaching thing anymore. Imagine if that had been the moment that I pulled the plug because I was uncomfortable with the silence. Here's the thing. That one client who signed up for that program, I adore her. And it was so much fun to work with her. She went on to quit her 9-to-5 job and go full-time in her wedding business. That one program that I ran, and only one person joined, became the foundation for my signature group program, Success Accelerator program. If you throw in the towel when there's silence in your business, or you make up stories about what it means about you, you are slowing down your timeline and you are slowing down your evolution of your business. And honestly, it just doesn't feel very good. So as an intuitive business coach, part of what I do with my clients is ask you, like, where do things feel heavy in your business? Does this feel good in your business? So if you're making silence mean something about you in your business, we have got to stop that. We have got to shift this. You have got to decide right now that you are available for new dreamy clients to book you. You can make the decision today and be like, all right, I am ready for new clients to book me. I am ready for dreamy clients to book me. I'm so excited to meet them. I'm so excited to take them through my process. I'm so excited to work with them on their wedding day. I'm so excited to work with them as a coaching client, whatever it is. I am available for new dreamy clients to book me, and I am so excited to work with them. Okay, I want you to ask yourself this. This is an energy question, and this is something we work on in Success Accelerator program. It's something I work on with my private clients. Is there anything that you're doing right now that feels like you have put an energetic closed for business sign on your business door? So for example, have you been saying on social media, oh my God, we're so busy over here and I'm drowning in editing? Or maybe you've been telling your vendor friends how burnt out you are at every single networking event that you go to. And the first thing out of your mouth when you go to a networking event is like, oh my gosh, I am just so busy. I can't even I'm just so overwhelmed. I can't even is that how you show up to those networking events? Versus showing up and saying yeah, I'm really excited about what I'm creating right now. And I'm really excited about the clients I have right now. It's been really, really beautiful. And I'm so excited. I have this wedding coming up that's going to be really, really cool. How can you be more intentional with talking about what you're creating rather than arguing for your limitations? So I love ending these podcasts with a list of questions for you to ponder. And I feel like I've already given you guys a lot to think about, but I really want you to hone in on these questions that I'm going to ask you, and then we will peace out from this podcast episode. So let's go. All right. First question. Who are you being when no one is booking you or your launch is quiet? And then what are you making it mean when someone's not booking you? If you could show up differently in your next interaction where you're talking about your business, how would you show up differently? If you knew a dreamy client was going to reach out to you today, what would you do? How would you show up today? And if you knew right now that you could create and launch a course this year, what energy would you want to show up as you create it, as you're on the journey of creating that course? I really want you guys to think about these questions because it's so easy to make the silence mean something about us, but truly it doesn't have to mean anything. It really can just be trusting, you know what, the next client is going to show up when they show up, and I'm so excited for when they do. In the meantime, who am I going to be? What am I going to be doing with myself? In the meantime, I'm going to be creating. I'm going to be doing things that I love. I'm going to be doing things that make me happy. I'm going to be doing things that put out good in the world. So how can we do more of that? As an industry, as business owners, as entrepreneurs, how can we do more of that? Thank you guys so much for tuning into today's episode. If you enjoyed it, please leave a review wherever you're listening to this. If you want to subscribe or share it with your friends, that would be beautiful as well. And if you want to work together, if you're interested in working with me, you can find me on Instagram at Aislinn Eileen Coaching, or you can use the links in the show notes to choose your own adventure. I have both a group program for wedding professionals, and I also have one-on-one coaching. And then I have a whole bunch of mini courses that you can take that are self-paced. All right, until next time, I hope you guys have an absolutely beautiful day. This was a truly a blast to do with you.